Park, New York, the Stony Brook University Seawolves take on the Liberty University Flames in an ACHA matchup. You're watching Seawolves Hockey Live. Happy New Year and good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Seawolves Hockey Live. Everyone, Andy Mignani here. We hope everybody had an enjoyable holiday season, and we wish you all nothing but the best for 2016. Tonight, the Stony Brook Seawolves take on the 15th-ranked Liberty University Flames. These two teams met up earlier this year down in Lynchburg, Virginia, where the Liberty Flames have always been tough to beat. But the Seawolves took two games from Liberty on home ice, both games by a 3-goal margin, 6-3 and 8-5. Tonight, the Seawolves will look to continue that 9-game winning streak. They're 9-1 over their last 10. And although the Liberty Flames have struggled in scoring this year and wins, they are 7-3 in their last 10 games. But regardless of the team records and the rankings, one thing is for sure. These two teams get together, the emotions and the battle gets ramped up. Liberty Flames coached by Kurt Handy, assistant coaches Marc-Andre Boudreau, Jeff Bodiger, and Dan Berthume. I've always come with an attitude to play hard and to win, and I will be shocked if I don't see that tonight from Liberty as they come back for retribution. Coaching the Seawolves, of course, is Coach Chris Carafallo, assistant coaches Wesley Hawkins and Colin Bromstead. Let's welcome in Andy Sukoff. And Andy, Happy New Year to you as well.
Thanks, Andy. It's good to be back for the new year, 2016.
Yeah, as we get to do this the second half of the season where things start to get hot and exciting. What we're going to do right now without any further ado, because we do have the players on the ice, is we're going to go to our players spotlight and talk about the players to watch tonight for both teams. And first thing we'll do is we'll cover the Seawolves, and we'll talk about their leading scorer, captain of the team, number 17, JT Hall. 19 games, Hall has 15 goals, 23 assists, 38 points. He's got 4 power play goals, 2 shorthanders. He's got 20 minutes in penalties, and he's got 2 game-winning goals. JT Hall is ranked 12th in the nation in scoring. Next up is line mate, number 74. That's Tyler Underhill. In 19 games, Tyler has 21 goals, 11 assists for 32 points, 7 power play goals, 14 minutes in penalties, and he's got 3 game winners. Tyler is 24th in the nation in scoring. Next up is center, number 90, Andrew Satola. Andrew, in 20 games played, has 5 goals, 21 assists for 26 points. He's got a couple of power play goals, 54 minutes in penalties. He's got a game winner. Up next is the third member of the JT Hall line, number 7, Justin Lizaldi. In 20 games, Justin's got 7 goals, 18 assists for 25 points, 3 power play goals, 18 minutes in penalties, and he has a game winner as well. We're going to talk a little bit about something we normally don't do, but we're doing it this time because these two players have really shown something for the Seawolves, and that's 2 defensemen. We'll talk about the first one, number 75, Frank Kasha. In 20 games, Frank's got 12 goals and 6 assists for 18 points. He's leading all defensemen in scoring for the Seawolves with that 12-goal tally. He's got 5 power play goals. He's got a tremendous shot from the point and 14 minutes in penalties, and he's got a game winner as well. Next up, number 27, Frank Scherting. Franks are alive, as they say. And Frank, in 20 games, he's got 5 goals with 12 assists for 17 points. Frank's got 3 power play goals, also brings a tremendous shot from the point, and 16 minutes in penalties. So the Seawolves have got it coming from the back end and the front end, and maybe that's why they're putting pucks in the net at a pretty decent margin.
Yeah, they're scoring 5 goals a game, which is really good, what you want to see, especially when you have a goals against of 1.88.
In the nets tonight, we'll be starting number 33, Derek Williams. Derek's got 10 games. He's 8-1. His goals against average is 2.12. and .924 save percentage. He's ranked 16th in the league in goaltending. He'll be backed up by number 32, Todd Scarola. And Todd in 9 games is 9-0, 1.96 percentage. And it would be funny, he's got 2 shutouts. That 1.96 goals against, his save percentage is identical to Wilms. It's identical, but yet Scarola is 10th ranked and Wilms is 16th ranked.
But it's a good problem to have if you're the Seawolves, because last year you had a good, solid goaltending combination of Brendan Jones and Derek Williams.
And you have
now
this
Todd
year.
Scarola is just slotted right in and picked up where Jones left off.
All right, Tandy, take us over to Liberty. Tell us who we're looking at tonight from Liberty.
All right, well, the first one you got to look at is number 17, Grant Garvin. In 20 games played, he has a team-leading 14 goals, 9 assists for 23 points, 20 penalty minutes, 5 power play goals, 2 shorthanded goals, and 2 game winners.
Pretty sizable guy, too. He's very, very big on the ice. You can see him.
He leads the team in goals and power play goals. Following that is going to be number 74, Danny Logan. 7 goals, 15 assists for 22 points in 20 games, so over a point per game, 8 penalty minutes, 2 power play goals. He's the second on the team in assists, trailing only teammate Robert Ward, who we're going to get to momentarily. And we'll actually be getting to him right now, number 86, Robert Ward, in the same 20 games. 5 goals, 16 assists, and 21 points. Second on the team in penalty minutes with 52. 3 power play goals, no shorthanded goals, no game-winning goals. And this is a team that does take a lot of penalties. So they have guys like Bram Erickson with 57 penalty minutes, Stephen Ballou with 45. So that's something the Seawolves can really take advantage of tonight. If they can go ahead and make Liberty take some penalties, the Seawolves will have a good chance to put some points on the board.
And tonight in net, they'll be starting their number 1 goalie.
That's going to be Carey Byron. In 12 games played, wearing number 31 tonight. He's 7-2 with a 3.25 goals against and a 914 save percentage. He'll be backed up by number 29, Matthew Pinnell, who in 8 games is 2-5 with a 3.87 goals against and an 887 save percentage.
All right, and like I said before, the opening, the Liberty Flames always make it interesting. The emotions, the battle, it all gets amped up here big time when these two teams get together. This year, Liberty playing out of their new rink. They have a beautiful new rink down in Lynchburg.
I've seen some of the pictures. It looks very nice.
And from what I heard from Coach Garofalo, it's phenomenal facilities. And they were actually able to get down there and, and take 2 games from Liberty. It doesn't mean that Liberty, because they are, they're equally not giving up as many, scoring as many goals as they're giving up, but the competition that they're playing some good teams.
Yeah. And that comes with playing at the ACHA Division I level. There are a lot of very good teams out there this year, and some teams who have made big strides in the last couple of years that are going to give every team some fits as the season gets on.
Let's talk about the records of these teams. Overall, Stony Brook in 20 games, they're 18 wins, 2 losses, and their goals for is 108, and their goals against are 49. So in combination of all home and away games, they average 5.4 games. Goals for at a home game, and again, they average 5.4 scoring and goals against 2.45. So they're almost 2-1 outscoring their opponents so far this year. On the road, Stony Brook is 9-1. The goals for on the road are 50. The goals against are 23. So they're scoring 5 on the road and giving up only 2.3. At home. Away, they're 9-1 as well, and they've got 58 goals for, 26 against. So they're scoring more than 5 on the road, and they're giving up a tad more than 2.3 as far as giving up goals. As far as Liberty is concerned, 10 wins, 9 losses. They have a shootout loss. And I'm not sure who the shootout loss was against. Do you know who the shootout loss was against?
I don't recall, but we'll get that information to you.
Cool. We'll figure it out. All right, their goals for 76, as I said. Their goals against 76. So they're giving up they're scoring 3.8 and they're giving up 3.8. So it's kind of hard to win a game when you're not being able to have an advantage there. On the road, their record at home actually is not as good as on the road. Home, they're 6-7. On the road, they're 4-2. And at home, they're scoring 4 goals and giving up 3.85. And on the road, they're scoring 3.43 but giving up 3.71. So that's the tale of the tape of these two teams coming into tonight's game. Liberty is 7-3 out of their last 10, and the Seawolves are 9-1 out of their last 10. current rankings. Do we talk about the current rankings out there?
Yes, we did. So coming into this game, the Seawolves are ranked number 5, Liberty's at number 15. And here's a ranking of 1 through 10. Minot State number 1, Lindenwood number 2, Central Oklahoma sitting at number 3, Davenport's at 4, Stony Brook's at 5. And then following them is Adrian at 6, Ohio at 7 with a record of 23-1. Iowa State number 8, Colorado at 9, and Oklahoma at 10. So a lot of these same teams that we've been seeing over the years that consistently have very good teams, they're making their way up to the top.
Yeah. We had the opportunity to have a little bit of a chat with both coaches, which we'll be bringing up to you in just a little bit, and you get a chance to get a little feel. I had a chance to talk with Coach Garofalo, and Andy Sukov had the opportunity to speak with Kurt Gandy. So stick around for that. We'll be showing you that pretty soon. We're right now into the ice cut, so they'll be cutting the ice, and then the teams will be coming on for the start, drop of the puck. We anticipate an 8:30 start. So we're going to kick it down to the interview right now with Coach Garofalo.
Hi, this is Andy Mignani from Stony Brook Live Seawolves, and I'm here with Coach Chris Garofalo. And Chris, Happy New Year to you, first
Same
of all.
to you, Andy. Thank you.
And first getting back after the break, and you guys were down in Liberty's barn and stole 2 from Liberty. Yeah. So tell us about how the mindset of the players are tonight in this game.
I think Liberty's a great team. I mean, you can't take them for granted. They're always going to give you a hard-fought battle. I told the guys, can't be assumptive, and I use that word all the time with our team. It's not a 4-letter word, but it should be a 4-letter word, because at the end of the day, when you become assumptive, you become complacent, and then they could take 1 or 2 from you. So every game counts. We have 12 more games of the regular season. We want to put ourselves in the best possible position we can going into nationals, being ranked as high as we can, and it starts tonight.
You come in tonight ranked 5th in the country, and after a couple of weeks off, how was practice this week?
Started out terrible. No, Tuesday night was really slow, and then as Wednesday and Thursday, and we added another one on Friday. So by yesterday, they were flying. They were really back to in form. But you could see some of the guys are struggling. But thank God they're young and they can snap back pretty quick. So and they did that. So by yesterday, we had a really nice flowy practice. Guys were working really hard. So I think we're back.
What's the focus for tonight's game? What are the 3 things you're going to see from your team that's going to tell you we're back, we're ready?
I think we have to start out physical right away. I think that's one thing. Got to get pucks deep. Don't play with it at the blue lines. Make sure we get pucks deep behind their D. What we've been doing, and you've heard me say this before, we have to keep cycling the puck, keep maintaining pressure in their offensive zone. What I mean by that, kind of manage the clock. Be in their end more. Don't be a rush team. I think this year we're not that, which is great. Years past, we've been up the ice, back down the ice. So keep the puck in their end, and clear the front of the net. Make sure our goalie sees the shot. That's the biggest thing. And Willem's playing tonight, and we let him see the shot, and he'll save it. And if you have nothing in the D zone, get it off the glass and get it out, and use our legs because we have speed, and let's continue that speed. So I said a few things more than 3, but that's really our game plan.
Exactly. Coach, thanks very much. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
And have a great second half
Thanks,
of the year.
Andy. Thank you.
All right, we appreciate Coach Garofalo giving us a couple of minutes. Now we'll kick it down to Andy Sukov, who had Coach Kurt Gandy.
I'm down here ringside with Liberty coach Kurt Gandy. And Coach, what's the mindset of your team? The last time these 2 teams faced at your building, you lost both games. What's the mindset going into this game here?
Well, we're a different team than we were back in November. We've been able to see our freshmen grow up here before us, and we've been able to see some of our seniors really step up their game. And so, we're a different team than we were back in November, and we're excited to play Stony Brook tonight.
And you're coming into this game, you won 7 of your last 10. What do you attribute to that hot streak that you're on?
Well, I think our team grew up. When you start the year with 10 freshmen, it's going to take a little bit to get them to a point to where they're mature to handle the game for 60 minutes. And we've really seen a progression of our team over the fall semester, and we've seen our seniors step up big time as well for us.
And tonight's game, you have 2 very strong defenses going up against each other. What matchup are you looking forward to most throughout the series?
Well, I think against Stony Brook's a strong team. It's got 2 really strong lines. With the matchups we got against our 2 or 3 lines as well, I think they're going to be real exciting to watch tonight.
And last question, players to watch out for?
On Stony Brook or Liberty?
For you guys.
Well, players to look out for, we've really been happy with the the Logan Harrison Harris line. That's been a big line for us, and so is Tyson Street, Roberts, and Garcia. They played well for us as well.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank
You're watching COS Hockey Live.
Cool. Welcome back to Seawolves Hockey Live, everyone. Andy Bignani, Andy Sukoff, along with Trevor. Got Ryan Gillette on the camera here, and we're waiting for Tim. Tim will be up soon. We'll be all set to go. Starting lineups are in for both teams. They dim the lights for the Seawolves to make their grand entrance. Liberty will be starting number 18, Kyle Garcia at center. On wing, number 23, Eric Masters. On right wing, number 20 and 19, Tyson Street. On defense will be number 20, Kyle Crane. And number 26, Peter Shantz. In nets will be number 31, Carrie Byron. For the Seawolves, they will start with number 17 at center, JT Hall. On wing, number 74, Underhill. And number 7, Justin Lizaldi. And on the back end, the Seawolves will start with number 27, Frank Scherting. And I want to make sure I have this right here. Yeah, Frank Scherting will be one starter, and Dalton Gilbert, number 5, will be the other starter. Teams are on the ice. And we are moments away from the start. We are going to have a special puck drop tonight. And a very special person is going to drop the puck. A ceremonial puck drop, and you need to stick around for this one, folks, because it'll pull at your heartstrings.
I actually spoke to this special person just outside the locker room. He says he had a speech going for him.
We hope to have him up in the middle of the second period.
For visiting Liberty, number 18, Kyle Garcia. Number 19, Tyson Street. Number 20.
And I have to make a comment. I'm looking at the Liberty bench, and it looks like each player has like their own personal coach.
That's a very big staff, yeah.
They got it covered. But interesting with Carrie, with Kirk was saying about the youngness of the team, you know. And
that's going to work out very well for him as the years go on.
Yep. Number 5, Kevin Gilbert on defense for the Seawolves. Number 7, Justin Lizaldi. We hope the Lizaldi family is tuning in tonight, watching Seawolves Hockey Live, all the way out in La Mirada, California. 17, Captain JT Hall. Number 27, Frank Scherting. And number 74, Tyler Underhill. All right, and in nets, as we said, will be Derek Wilms. Tim Mellberg has now joined us, and we're all set to go here. We're gonna have a like I said, we're gonna kick it down to Jim Maritano right now. We'll take a little break. All right, folks, welcome back. As a very special person, as I said, will be making his way to the center ice dot.
We ask that you direct your attention to the center ice area for the ceremonial puck drop. Tonight we have a special guest dropping the ceremonial puck. Please welcome the former Stony Brook Seawolves captain from last year's national runner-up team, Sam Brewster.
And that is Sam Brewster, folks, on the ice. And if you don't know the story, Sam has been battling leukemia for the past year plus. And he is currently in remission, and he's doing well. And we hope to have Sam up in the second period, as I said at the end, to have a conversation, talk with him, and see how things are going for him.
Yeah, we should have him right before the second period starts, like in between that first intermission to the second period. So we should have him then. I spoke to him before the first period started, so we'll have him up here.
All right. So here we go. We've got our refs on the ice, the linesmen DeMeo and Rubin having a conversation there. Probably talking about how the lines move. Have you noticed this lately, but there's been a lot of challenges in the NHL due to offsides.
Yeah.
And the Rangers won one like the other night. They won the challenge. Today, the Capitals challenged and lost the offsides battle. So
no, but they still won the game.
They won the game, though. But, hey, the Capitals are the hottest team in hockey right now, so what are you going to do? All right, folks, we're getting ready to go. Stony Brook hockey, Seawolves hockey against Liberty University. Strap your belts in. We're getting ready to go here. Bendy's.
Last time we were here, things got a little crazy.
We'll drop the puck. As I said, both these teams will go at it hard, and you'll see it right from the get-go. Liberty does not go slow. Shering just wiped out. Loose puck in the corner, everybody battling, and Underhill trying to get all of it. Wides it all the way around, all the way out. Seawolves will take an icing here, kind of regroup a little bit as puck got dumped in. Shering took a real hard spill. I don't know what
it looked like his skid got caught up in something.
Yeah,
he just fell and
maybe
slammed
caught a rut or something. I don't know, but he's going to make sure you check those skates. Face-off will be in the
especially
Seawolves
early
zone.
in the game when the ice might still be a little bit wet, and you want to make sure that you don't fall over and lead to odd man rushes.
Tyson Street and JT Hall on the draw. Hall wins it over to Sherding. He'll get it up the wall to Underhill, but Underhill could not get it out. Now Hall knocks it down on the shot from the point from Chance. Coming in is Hall to Underhill on the backhander. Couldn't get a clean shot off. Picked up by Hall. Hall with the puck, dumps it back down to Lazzaldi. Back behind the net, Underhill. Back there with Chance. Going hard is Lazzaldi, chasing after the puck into the corner. He's being wrapped up. And now sheds the puck back to Sherding. Winds wrist shot high over the top of the net. And Seawolves putting on some nice pressure here.
Good look by Sherding. He had nobody in front of him, and he just let it rip.
Sherding pinching in hard now. The puck comes out to the neutral zone. The Seawolves change up. This is Satola. Winds it up through the neutral zone, through center ice, taps to Colillo. Colillo trying to get it to DeFeo, but out of the reach. This will go all the way into the Seawolves zone. They'll have an icing.
Good opening rush for the Seawolves there as they put some pressure on Byron. They didn't get any shots on goal, but they're going to make him work and make him fight for those pucks and make the Liberty defense play into the corners, which you saw them do on that first sequence.
And we got Logan's line out there now, and Candy was pretty happy with Logan's line, so talked a little bit in your interview, so let's see how they do against the Satola line. Back to the point to Kasha. Kasha's going to wind fire, and that puck is knocked down by Harris. Didn't get it all the way through. Good block. Then Colillo to the net with a shot, and DeFeo trying to battle it through, but not able to get it past Byron.
Byron just put his skate up right onto the goalpost, and he didn't let anything get past there. Good play by Byron to keep it scoreless early in the game.
Loose in front. And a quick deflection on net by Harris, and a good save by Wilms, because that pass off the half wall was very quick, very fast, and caught the Seawolves by surprise. Face-off will be in the Seawolves zone.
And that was Chase Harris who came charging in. He's got 6 goals and 8 assists.
Got two Harrises on that line, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
right?
they're brothers, Owen and Chase Harris, and they wear number 12 and 13, respectively.
All righty. Try to keep that in mind. We have face-off outside our neutral zone. This is Ward now for Liberty against the Tolas, as the Seawolves have not changed their line yet, but Liberty has. Liberty has their third line out there now. Kasha with a shot, trying to get a pass. This will be an icing on the Seawolves, all the way in the Seawolves zone. Kasha trying for that home run pass, but off the mark. And
he had Colillo, and Colillo had a beat on the defenseman Jamona, but just couldn't get it to his stick, and it's going to be an icing.
All right, face off to the left of Wilms this time. And that's Garvin, the leading scorer for Liberty out there, on save as that puck got through. Garvin's a big boy. He's got some size, and he'll create some havoc in front of that net. He's parked down low right in front of Wilms. Now as another shot goes wide, as that now the puck is deflected by Garvin. Picked up by DeFeo. DeFeo's got Satola breaking, and that pass is behind Colillo, fired all the way back in the Seawolves zone. That line probably needs to go get ready to change.
Liberty's line just went for that change, and they're
Liberty,
gonna have to,
that's a giveaway there. Again, on a possibility of a line that needs to. That's a high stick they're going to call. So Stony Brook will change up that line now. They got the whistle, and they'll come out with their third line.
That was a whistle they really needed. They were starting to fall back on the heels a little bit right there.
Yeah, we got a deliberate high stick on that. It's going all the way back in the Liberty zone. Face off beat to the left of Byron. And Crockett's out there now with Bozer and Osowski. This is a speed line. This is a line the Seawolves really have to try to use their speed and try to expose. Oh, that shot right on goal by Bishop was a pad save by Byron.
There wasn't much on it, but it kicked out into the slot where Bozer had even turned the other direction. He would have had an easy stuffing right there.
Yeah, picked up by Osowski now. He winds up through the Stony Brook zone and gives that puck away. Liberty is doing a good job right outside the blue line and picking up that cross-ice pass and doing a good job. Winds from the shot from the point, and the shot didn't get through.
Looked like it was either blocked by Miller or deflected by Masters.
Hit Miller, yeah. Miller's shaking that one off a little bit.
And that one was a hard shot from the far point, and Miller took the brunt of it and poked it right up into the corner where it went out of play.
Credit Liberty right now. They're coming back and pushing back on the Seawolves, and no bus legs here. You know, this is not about that. This is about a team that comes in knowing how to play the Stony Brook Seawolves and knows that it's a dogfight.
And they came in yesterday, so they wouldn't have the bus legs
right.
today, which is a really good
right,
thing if you're a road team.
Yeah.
Maybe come in a day early if you can, of course.
That's what I said. It's not a factor today because they were here, and this is a team that's ready to play, and they're all ready. And here's a nice feed down the middle of Bozer and a breakaway. Bozer's in. He scores! What a feed! Frank Scherning sends it up the middle. Bozer capitalizes on the defensive breakdown and puts the Seawolves up 1-0.
All right, let's watch that again. Here's the feed. Scherring's going to come down. He's going to flip it up. Here's Bozer coming all the way through. There is nobody around him, and he just gets right past the Liberty defense. One move. There's a second to the backhand right over the glove. Great move there by Bozer. 1-0 lead for the Seawolves.
And that's what I said about the speed line making a difference. And that's the way you get your team on the board. And it's going to keep Liberty a little bit more honest and making sure their defense is where they need to be. Face off center ice. This will be the fourth line for the Seawolves. Gervaisi's line with Stemke and Boudreau is actually out there because Joe Bokikio is not in the lineup now for a few games. He'll be back though, but he's not in for a few games. And back to the point, kept by Shantz. So Shantz couldn't hold it, so came out. Boudreau now, he's got it. He's got Gervaisi breaking, Stemke coming too. Seawolves are buzzing right now, feeding off that goal. Shot down low, rebound. Gervaisi couldn't get a stick on it. Boudreau down on the forecheck, up to Harris up the wall, pushed right back by Gilbert. As Gilbert does a good job pinching there, keeping that puck in. Seawolves moving their legs. Oh, we know with the puck. It's back to Logan. Logan back behind the net. Throws it up the wall. They're just trying to get it out. Gilbert punches it back to the corner. Great shift by the fourth line as they get off now. And Seawolves come back with their number one line. JT Hall, Underhill. Here's Underhill now coming in with the puck. Lazzali breaking to the net with him. Here's Lazzali coming in. Passes over the top of the stick. Kasha dumps it in. It's Seawolves have to touch up. This is Shantz for Liberty. Liberty throw it up that all the way in. Did not touch anybody, but the referee is not calling an icing. Picked up by Kasha. Kasha through the neutral zone to Hall. Hall coming in on the right wing. He's being hooked, but he's got the puck. Still carrying behind the net. He's got Lazzali with him. Pulls up. Now to Lazzali. Lazzali controls. Back to the point. To Cartwright. Throws it down for a deflection. And just skidded past Underhill.
Underhill had the right idea, though. Come across to the slot, deflect it in, and make Byron have to commit one way. It just went a little too far off the stick of Cartwright, so Underhill couldn't get to it.
Puck back in the Seawolves zone. Cartwright back to get it. And he'll get it out to Underhill. Underhill's got Hall with him. He'll drop the Hall. Hall walks in the room, makes a move, gets it back to Underhill. Oh, trying to feed Underhill, but the shot got through and saved by Byron.
What the Seawolves are doing right now is they're really breaking up the Liberty defense. They're throwing a lot of different looks at him, going sometimes behind the net, sometimes just crashing through. Here's that last shot by Hall off the feed from Underhill, and that gets through the legs.
Using the D as the screen.
Yeah, Jamona was forcing a screen.
Heffernan now will send one in. A low shot kicked off by Byron as Kalilo, Satola, and DeFeo are out there now. DeFeo and Kalilo down and Satola down low. Kalilo Drops it back down low. And the puck skirts out into the neutral zone. Satola on the puck for the Seawolves. Throws it back. Picked up by Wilson. Sends it back to the middle. DeFeo just had it and lost it. Now picked up by Satola. He's breaking with DeFeo on right wing, but he's offsides.
DeFeo had a good look there. He said there was nobody around him. Just went in a little bit over aggressively. But like I was saying on that last rush, they're showing different looks at the Flames and making them adjust defensively, which is going to show some weak spots in the Liberty defense, and it's going to set up some quality chances for the Seawolves.
All right, face-off at center ice. We've got 14-15 left to go in the first period. The Stony Brook Seawolves up by the score of 1-0 on a breakaway goal by Brian Bozer. And right now, shots are 5-4 Seawolves. Play has been very, very equal, I think. There's been equal amount of opportunity by both teams. The Seawolves is capitalizing on a defensive breakdown.
Yeah, the breakdown there by the Liberty Flames, not a good one. And it worked out well for Brian Bozer. He got through the defense untouched and got the easy breakaway goal. And for Bozer, that's his 9th of the season.
All right, puck in the Seawolves zone. Sherding tries to send it back across to Gilbert, but Gilbert the puck never got to him. Now it's Crockett. Sends it up and it flutters into the zone. Bozer's after it. Bozer's cutting in. He does get a shot on, but it's on a backhand, weak shot. But Bozer using that speed, blowing right past Giamino.
Brian Bozer is the fastest one on this team right now, and he's showing it. He's showing Liberty that they've got to watch out for him because he will get by them without even a second glance.
Yeah, he has definitely shown tonight that he has got his wheels. And puck gets in deep. Tyson Street now controls it for Liberty. Back to the point. Giamino with a shot. Weak shot. Never got through. Here's another chance. Flies over the top of the net. Picked up by Osowski. And he's got Bozer breaking with him. Osowski coming down on his off wing. And he pulls up. And tries to send a pass across, but it's back on the stick. Fires a shot. Another shot blocked. And picked up by Liberty.
I think what Liberty did, they were anticipating pass. So Osowski just held on to the puck. Got the defenseman to turn around so he could get the shot.
Garcia dumps it in. And now it's picked up by Street. And it's watched by Heffernan. Back to the point to Shantz, but he can't control it. It's back out in the neutral zone. Fired all the way back in the Seawolves zone, and Wilms will hold it. As Miller will pick it up.
And there was a little bit of miscommunication there between Heffernan and Miller. Miller stopped right in front of the puck, but because he thought Heffernan was going to go after it.
Heffernan dumps it in, and on the forecheck is Satola. Back out to the neutral zone. This may go all the way down for icing. And no, it actually lands on goal, and Wilms will freeze it for a faceoff. 12:09 left to go in the first period. You're watching the Stony Brook University Seawolves versus the Liberty University Flames at the rinks in Hauppauge, New York. Home rink for the Stony Brook Seawolves.
And it's the first game back in the second semester, the first game in a new year. So there might be that a little bit of adjusting period. It's been a little while since they've played some competitive games.
No doubt.
But getting that quick start was very important for the Seawolves because it gets their confidence up, gets their momentum going, and keeps it up in their favor.
And Liberty doing a good job on the forecheck here. This is Garvin and company and doing a good job. And now the Seawolves break out. That pass just off of Underhill's stick. Not actually hit the stick. It went past him, and it'll be an icing.
Yeah, Underhill looked like he slowed up after it didn't get to his stick. He might have had a chance to prevent that icing, and he just kind of slowed up a little bit.
Got a great crowd down here tonight. First game back. And a lot of kids watching hockey here. It's great. And we appreciate everybody tuning in and watching as well. Face off to the left of Wilms. It'll be JT Hall against Tyson Street. Won by Street, but the pass, his shot never got through. Was picked up by Seawolves coming in the neutral zone. Oh, offsides.
Underhill got in before Hall could get to that puck.
Yeah.
So that's going to cause the offside. But since you were talking about a lot of kids at the game, Long Island's becoming really a big hotbed for hockey right now. The World Junior Championships were just played recently in Finland. There were 5 players on the United States team that were from Long Island.
It's amazing. Yep, and one of the stars of that team actually played for Team Sweden. You know, so it's I think it was Sweden or Switzerland. But it's interesting to see where those guys are going to land in the next couple of years because they'll be playing playing in the NHL.
Yeah.
That shot never got through, but Wilms did save it. It was a weak shot from the back corner wall. And Wilms got a hold of it and held on to it. Both teams will change up as we get down 11-19 in the first period. Shots are really close.
Yeah,
now Liberty up by 7 by 1 shot. So going to be that way. Face-off one, and it scoots outside the zone. Picked up by Harris. He'll get it over to Miller. And in the neutral zone comes Sherding. Sherding gets it to Kalilo, dumps it into DeFeo on his backhander. DeFeo pulls up, turns around, gets hit, knocks down, picks up by Kalilo, back to Satola. Fires it, but I guess it went out of the rink.
And Satola had to touch back up. He was just dumping it down because he couldn't keep the puck on the blue line.
He covered the D. He had to go back out. The D went in, and so we'll face off will be in the neutral zone.
So we're now about midway through this first period, a very evenly matched game. Seals obviously with the lead early on, scoring a goal in the first 3.5 minutes. But Liberty's really held serve. They've gotten some quality chances on Wilms, just haven't been able to get one past them.
Yeah, and the Seawolves, again, they have that tendency to sometimes get a little loose defensively. And, today they've been a little better so far. So
first game back, you might play a little bit tight to start because you want to just it's a feeling out process. But what we've seen at home, especially, the second period has been a bit of a struggle. In the series against Delaware before the break, the second period was actually their strength. So if they can continue that, this is going to be a very tough team down the stretch.
Oh, that puck was fired out by Gilbert, went right through the Liberty bench. Everybody kind of didn't even move, and it didn't hit anybody. It's amazing. And the goalie on the end there, the backup, does not have his helmet on. Now he's putting it on. I think, as the coaches are saying, it might be a good idea to do that.
Yeah, because you don't want to see anybody get hurt on the bench.
No, definitely not. And now they all put their hands up as Gilbert had a chance to fire it back. And again, this time he hit the wall, not the back wall. All right, Liberty controls. This is Harris. The two Harrises on this line, number 12 and number 13. Both balls give away. DeFeo steals it from Harris. It comes in. Oh, and a shot, glove save. And that puck went up to the netting, and we do have a whistle. So
good move by DeFeo. He had all day to shoot that puck. There was nobody around him. Put it up a little bit too high.
Yeah,
but that was a great opportunity.
He's not going to burn those sticks, too. I saw him taping them up in the locker room, though. Those are new sticks.
Yeah, I was watching. He was taping it. He seems to really like those sticks.
All right. Face-off won by the Seawolves. Back into the Liberty zone. Back up to the top of the blue line. Picked up by Kalilo. Gets it to Sherding. Sherding will try to get it down low. He does. He gets to DeFeo. DeFeo controls. Back to Sherding at the point. Sherding, wrist shot. Glove save through a screen by Byron.
So the Seawolves are now starting to really get some quality shots here. They're making Byron work for it. That's what we want to see. You want to see them continuously get pucks on net, make Byron have to shift position so they can exploit some weak areas of his game.
All right. Face-off won by Liberty. This is Ward coming through the neutral zone. He'll fire in. Kick to the corner by Wilms. And down in the corner is Gilbert. He battles. The puck goes around the wall to Giamonio. And a shot. Oh, and saved by Wilms. Surprising shot. Oh, DeFeo just standing at the blue line there, not going after the puck. It's picked up by Liberty. Good play by Ballou, who come in, and but now the Seawolves pick the puck up, and coming through the neutral zone is Kalilo, one on three. He'll just dump in as the Seawolves all go for a change.
Kalilo knew better than that one. He's not going to take on an entire Liberty army.
Fast pass to Crockett, who could not get all of it on the shot. This will go all the way into the Seawolves zone. Wilms will wind it around the wall to Bishop. Bishop will get it up through the neutral zone. Chasing it down is Crockett. Nice pass. Winds and shoots. That's Wilson with the shot. Went wide. Picked up by Osowski. Osowski sends it up the wall, but off the mark. And this will go all the way down for an icing. Osowski needs to just look up a little bit longer and make that play a little slower.
In a situation like that,
he was not pressured.
Osowski is the quarterback there. You got to take time, look through all your progressions. And he had Bozer at the near corner over the blue line. If he would have just waited an extra half a second to let Bozer streak through, he has that pass, and it's a perfect tape to tape.
He wasn't rushed. He had time. Now that puck does not get out off the top of the glass by Bishop, but it's fired all the way back in by Liberty. Bishop back, battling hard, picked up by Liberty as they battle along the back wall. It's Crockett going hard against Wilson. Now Wilson going against, that puck goes back down to Bishop. Now Bishop tries to get it up to Wasowski, but he's trying to backhand it up the wall, but could not get it through. good pressure here by Liberty.
Yeah, they're playing very well. They're keeping guys at the half boards, and not letting the Seawolves break out onto the corners.
Shosky needs to get off. That change is starting to happen now as Gervaisi's line gets on. Good job to push Shantz to the corner. Not able to get the puck out to the front. Now up the wall. Backhanded back in. Oh, it missed. Missed by Bozer. Oh, actually by Gervaisi.
Gervaisi overskated it by a half a step because he had a beat.
Stemke now sends it in. He's bumped by Shantz and it's gloved down by Byron, who will hold it. Face-off will be in the Liberty zone. We're down to 7:51 to go in the first period. The Stony Brook Seawolves are holding on to a 1-0 lead right now on a goal by Brian Bozer on a beautiful breakaway home run pass from Frank Scherting. If you're just joining us now, we had the ceremonial puck drop. Sam Brewster dropped the puck for the Seawolves. He'll be up here in between the second and third periods. So, first and second period, sorry. And we'll have some conversations with Sam. Stick around for that. All right, picked up by Cartwright. Cartwright controls the puck, but now he loses it as he was looking. And
I think he was looking for a pass, and so Roberts coming in took his eye off the puck. First rule is keep your eye on the puck. Make sure that you have it, because you can't make a pass.
Here comes Stemke in on a alone. He shoots high all the way around. Not sure if it hit the crossbar, but that play developed real quickly after Cartwright got possession of the puck. Now Stemke again dumps into the corner, and he'll go for a change. Lazaldi in on the forecheck for the Seawolves. So was Hall. Hall picks the puck up, makes a move, walks around the player, now loses possession.
What Liberty's done very well in their defense zone, they've been able to successfully push Seawolves off the puck and not let them get those second and third chances. In that instance, Hall didn't even get the first chance to take the shot on Byron. So Liberty's starting to adjust to what the Seawolves have been throwing at him.
Underhill able to get that puck past Shantz deeper in the zone. Actually, really did a nice job hitting with his feet. Now he's picking the puck up, goes behind the net. Watched by Shantz, powering, using his size and power. And now makes its turn and spin move. Picked up by Lazaldi. Lazaldi looking for Hall. Hall now will chase after the puck as well. He picks the puck up. Hall has the puck. And, collision between Underhill.
Underhill and Hall got caught up together. And that leads to a missed opportunity.
Scherting coming in deep with the puck. And his pass gets deflected to the corner. Harris will pick it up and dump it to the mid-ice section where Gilbert would dump it back in. Seawolves will touch back up and actually start their change. And now comes Satola, DeFeo, and Kalilo. To the neutral zone comes Liberty. Harris lets it go. Logan in on the forecheck. He's watched by Scherting. Scherting tries to poke check it off his stick, but he couldn't. Picked up by... But that was actually a good recovery there. The Liberty player lost an edge. That was Crane. Shot right on by Satola. Crane recovered very nicely, then got a shot off. Good shot.
Yeah, he was winding up for the slap shot. Lost his footing, put his hand back on the puck to keep it in his control, got back up, and just wind it.
Yeah, and there was no Seawolf near him, so why not?
He might as well.
All right, Ward will be on the draw for Liberty against Satola to the left of Byron. Down to 5:36 to go in the first period. And things have kind of calmed down a little bit since that Seawolf goal. Back to Miller at the point. Winds a wrist shot, gloved down by Byron.
Nice shot there by Miller from the point. That got straight through, and Byron had to just come across his body to make that glove save and hang on to it in the chest. We're seeing that a lot from the Seawolves. They're taking more shots on the point. Their defensemen are getting more aggressive, and they're going to pinch in. We've seen it multiple times in this game. They'll pinch in and play stronger in the offensive zone.
Yeah. You got to keep an eye on. You got to keep an eye on Ward, 86. He came up really high on Satola. Cheap shot play. So we'll keep an eye on that matchup. Back to the point to Heffron. This shot deflected to the corner, and then not sure if Byron got a piece of it. Probably did. It was deflected on goal. Back to the point to Heffron again. Back down to Satola. Satola downloaded the DeFeo. Passed him to Kalilo. Kalilo controls down low. Watched by Shantz. Picked up by DeFeo. And they canceled down there. Picked up the wall by Liberty. This is Ward coming through the neutral zone. He's coming in on right wing on Heffernan. Heffernan watched him. Good job with the stick on Heffernan.
Great job by Heffernan. He waited for Ward to make a move as he now gets taken down.
Yeah.
But Ward was trying to get in between Miller and Heffernan. Heffernan just poked the stick out to knock the puck away, and Miller was able to clear it out. Smart play by the Stony Brook defense.
Things are heating up here a little bit, folks. because the bodies will start hitting very soon. They're starting now. Yeah. Again, with the save, with the stick, Wilms. And we're going to have a power play for Stony Brook, as Liberty will go in the box for the first penalty.
And going off for the Flames, it's going to be
number 19. I think it's going to be Tyson
Street.
Street
going off.
Maybe not. Maybe not Street. Hold on.
Okay, hang on. We're gonna get this in a second. Looks like it's going to be Roberts maybe going. No,
no one's.
Could we be still playing 5-on-5?
Oh, we got coincidental penalties. Okay, so we have a Seawolf in the penalty box as well. No one's still in the box for. Oh, maybe it's just on the Seawolves. I don't know why they blew the whistle when Liberty touched the puck. All right, so the Seawolves will be down a man for the next 2 minutes. Face-off will be to the right of Wilms, as Kasha will be sitting the 2 minutes. I don't know what the call was. We didn't get it. We got an interference.
So Kasha's off for interference. Now we're down to the last 4 minutes of this period. This is a good chance for Liberty to tie this game up. But Stony Brook's penalty kill has been very strong lately. They've killed off many of the penalties that they've faced in recent memory. So they can continue to push the play down into the Liberty zone, not let the Flames get any kind of quality chances. That's going to be a big boost for Stony Brook.
This is Ward coming in. Fires a shot high over the top of the glove of Wilms. Good hard shot, but too high. Back to the point, picked up by Shantz. And little pass over to Harris. Harris controls back to the point to Shantz. Will send a shot down low, looking for deflection. And did not get through. Harris controls at the top. Down over to Shantz. Shantz controls, looking for his cross-sized feet. He'll take the shot high over the top of the net. Might have been deflected. And this pass fired across to Shantz. The Seawolves in a kind of a passive penalty kill here. Nothing aggressive. And that shot deflected off of somebody, off of Wilms.
It looks like it hit Crockett and then got to Wilms.
Yeah.
Crockett slid in front of the Harris shot, and then it went on goal to Wilms.
Back to Shantz. Seawolves just playing in that box, giving
they're
all
that
the
box
outside,
now.
giving the perimeter. But
they're not going to let them into the slot. Garvin's trying to force his way in.
Yeah, see, they tried to do that. Now, the Seawolves did an excellent job not allowing them in, allowing that shots from the points to go, but not giving them anything down in the low slot area. Down 25 seconds ago in the man advantage. Oh, and a giveaway here. This is JT Hall with a shot on goal to save by Byron on a short-handed opportunity.
And Hall, he got the puck on the turnover, just turned around and whipped it. Couldn't get it past Byron.
JT Hall is doing a heck of a job.
He is. He's played very well all season long on the even strength, penalty kill, and power play. He's showing why he's the captain of this team and why he's relied on as one of the leaders.
Back up the wall to Lizaldi as we're all even up now. Lizaldi was fall down. This is Hall breaking in. Joe threw it across to try to get someone to pick up that loose puck.
He was looking for Bishop because Bishop was on the other side.
Yeah, now Lizaldi will pick it up. He'll come down off his wing to throw it wide. Miller up there with Amaru for Liberty, but puck skated by him. This is Underhill to Lizaldi. Lizaldi over skates it back to Underhill. And Lizaldi will dig it out. Down in the corner, Lizaldi. And Wilson going at it. Back to the point to Kasha. Fakes the shot. Now walks in. Wrist shot. Low shot. Deflected.
It was deflected.
Loose puck. It's still loose. And now gobbled up.
Lizaldi deflected off of Kasha's initial shot, so it just trickled on to Byron. And then there was that mad dash in front. What I'm seeing from the Seawolves offense right now, they're doing kind of like here's the shot. It's deflected by Lizaldi, and it goes off the pad. And then he's just going to hang on to it. There, it's loose there, so Satola sees that and tries to poke it in. He can't.
And Byron just grabs it.
But what I like, what I'm seeing from the Seawolves offense is when they're on the boards, they leave that drop pass off of the trailing man, so they kind of do like the give and go in that regards, kind of like drafting over to the side to get that extra edge.
All right, face-off won by the Seawolves, but it was fired out of the zone by Liberty. Now giveaway here. This is a 2-on-1. Kalilo in with the fail. Fires high and the save by Byron. He didn't know where the puck was. It's loose. Back out in front with Satola. It's loose. Kalilo shoots. Oh, and Byron somehow or another got a stick on it.
Wow.
Or his hand on it.
He got something on it.
Yeah, we'll see it on the replay there.
Kalilo and Satola had empty nets. Here's the replay right here. There was the initial shot. It wrapped around. Satola gets the shot in the slot off the feed. And then he gets...
Now, Kalilo had a backhander opportunity, golden opportunity there, but I don't know what happened. He fanned on it or it was a rolling puck.
There was nobody in front. Kalilo put it on, and Byron just sprawls out, gets on top of that puck. So, great play by Byron to keep it at 1-0 as we're down to a minute 8.
Yeah, Byron's done some good work down there.
He's done a very good job tonight. He's been very impressive thus far.
All right, face off to the right of Byron. And Satola will be on the draw against Street. Satola wins it. Back to the point. Kasha sends it down. Kalilo will pick it up. Send it back to DeFeo. DeFeo will pick it up with his feet. Now Kalilo, battling a loose puck, is just not getting anywhere here. Both teams are trying to find it. Now it's punched back up the wall to DeFeo. Sends it back down to Kalilo. This is Crane sends it around the wall, trying to find Roberts. And Roberts will get it out. And the puck just is put into the bench area. So the faceoff will be in the Liberty zone. Off of deflection.
Down to 43.3 left here in the first. So this puck coming down into the Liberty zone. The Seals can get a faceoff win here, get a couple shots on, and really force the play for the last 45 seconds.
Right.
They can keep that momentum on their side.
Crockett, Bozer, and Ossowski. Ossowski with the puck. Now loses it as the stick is in his midsection. Pinching in is Gilbert. Now the puck squeezes past him. Scherning will skate over quickly and bang it back off the wall.
Great play by Scherning. He saw that open man that was Street.
Yeah.
Liberty, and he was just going to go flying if Scherning didn't cross over.
Down to the last 22. Neutral zone pass. Picked up by Roberts, and he got knocked down as the puck goes into Wilms, and he'll hold it. Faceoff will be in the Seawolves zone. 15 seconds to go in the first period. Stick around. We'll be talking with the coaches, I guess. Are we going to do an interview with Coach Garofalo after the first period? No, we're going to skip that one. We're going to have Sam Brewster in. So we'll have Sam in the booth. Face off to the left of Wilms. And won by the Seawolves. Fired all around to Ossowski. Just tip it out to Bozer, trying to get it in the zone. He does. Bozer's...
He overskated it. His chance was around him.
Fired all the way back down to the Seawolves zone. There's going to be an icing. The Seawolves will get one last opportunity. 2.9 seconds to go for a face-off.
Face-off and a quick shot off the face-off. I've seen it happen once where somebody scored a goal off a face-off. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's cool.
Yeah, you're putting JT Hall's line there.
That's the line you want out there for a face-off like this, where you have a chance to get
Liberty's lining up right there for that one-time opportunity shot. And that'll do it, folks. So at the end of that first period, the Stony Brook Seawolves with the lead 1-0 on 14 shots for the Seawolves, 13 for Liberty. And pretty good period for both teams.
It was very, very evenly matched. The two teams are going back and forth at it. Both teams got some quality chances. The Seawolves were able to convert on one.
Goaltending was good tonight so far. Good first period, feel-out period. And, what we're going to do? We're going to take a short break, and we'll come back. We're expecting Sam to come up to the booth, so we'll just stick around. But we'll take a short break now, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Thanks for watching. You're watching Seawolves Hockey Live. Back to Seawolves Hockey Live, everyone, as we get set to go for the start of the second period. We got not that many stats for the first period. We do have a goal and a couple of penalties.
Yeah, but it was a very back-and-forth first period where we saw both teams have their chances. Stony Brook converted on their chance. Brian Bozer scoring on the home run breakaway pass from Frank Scherting 3 minutes and 22 seconds into the first period. And the only penalty also taken by the Seawolves, Frank Kasha went off for elbowing at 15:44 of the first. So the Seawolves are able to successfully kill off the penalty as they come back out onto the ice. But now they have the long shift, and we've seen in previous games the long shift and the second period have been a bit of a sticking point for the Seawolves, where they don't always get out to the best start. They have to continue to play. They have to continue to play with fire and push the tempo.
Yep, and again, there was some bright moments for Liberty and not so bright moments for Liberty, as well as the Seawolves. Both teams had some couple of defensive zone breakdowns. Seawolves were able to capitalize on one that Liberty had and score on that goal. And we also saw, good tempo back and forth. We had a camera guy up here, so
we got two of them
confused. So,
I spoke to Coach Kirk Handy after the period, and he said that he wanted to tidy up the turnovers. So by doing that, it requires not doing too much of the puck, trying not to make too many plays. Just keep it simple and push the play.
All right, here we go. Bendy's dropping the puck. Tyson Street and JT Hall, one back by the Seawolves, picked up by Scherting, back to Gilbert. Gilbert will walk to the neutral zone. He'll tap it over to Lizaldi. He'll tap it to Hall. Gets banged into by Crane as JT Hall now just is in the second period as he goes hard after the puck now and picks it off, carries it, looks at the point to Gilbert. Gilbert will just dump it deep. Lizaldi will throw it back behind the net, picked up by Underhill, gets it back to Hall. To Lizaldi, trying to get in front. Underhill, loose puck, and it squirts wide. Picked up by Hall. Hall walking it too, making a move, walking in, backhander. And the net goes off the mooring. Face off, no change by Liberty. Liberty cannot change as they knock the net off the mooring as that line was making some hay.
Yeah, good rush there by Hall and Underhill. They were pushing the puck. They weren't able to get any shots on goal there, but they made Byron sprawl out and have to play out of position.
All on the draw, picks it up, wins it back to Gilbert at the point. Gilbert in his feet, but sends it back down behind the net. Lizaldi's pulled down, and Chance is going to go on that. That'll be a penalty on Liberty.
A good draw, good way to draw the penalty there by Lizaldi. Lizaldi now threw a bit of a punch at Chance. He let frustration take over there, and he's now going to go off too.
Yeah, that's just not a bad play by Lizaldi. That sounded good play. He did a good job creating the penalty situation, but now by just doing that, evened it all up. So Lizaldi's going to go, and that's just Bendy's not having any of it. 4-on-4 action. Faceoff will be in the Liberty zone as Seawolves foiled an opportunity for a power play there. Faceoff to the right of Byron. Ward is out there. Garvin is out there, as well as Satola and DeFeo for the Seawolves, with Scherting and Gilbert on defense. And puck is fired all the way down into the Seawolves zone. There'll be no icing here as both teams. Actually, I don't even know why that was not an icing. It could have been an icing call. It was a missed call. So this is Scherting. Here. Nice pass out to Satola through the neutral zone with DeFeo over to Scherting. He's got Satola breaking back to the point to DeFeo. Back down to Scherting as they will start to move now. The Seawolves. DeFeo will control the puck behind the net. Tries to drop it off to Satola. Goes back to DeFeo. And him and Satola are back behind the net. Satola now picks it up. Satola with the puck back to the point. Past Scherting and all the way down into the Seawolves zone. Scherting being chased down hard by Miller. Scherting comes around with it, winds it around the wall, but nobody's there as Gilbert did a good job to stay in front of his net, preventing an opportunity for Liberty. This is Scherting now with that pass. And DeFeo down the middle, trying to split through the fence. And had he maybe kept his feet moving, he might have.
He got through. The puck didn't.
Yeah.
Because Sharts just poked his stick out and knocked the puck off of DeFeo's stick.
Sharts now with a shot, but pass back to Logan, who took a shot and stick to the corner. This is going to come through the neutral zone, just past Osaski, as we have some more 4-on-4 action for another 42 seconds. Picked up by Logan. Logan makes a move and loses the puck, but it's picked back up by Roberts through the neutral zone. Logan coming around the wall. He's poke check, picked up by Osaski. Osaski coming down left wing. He's got Seawolves with him, but he winds and fires high over the top of the net. Kasha back to Osaski. Osaski trying to make a move, but it squirts out. Kasha skating after it. Will pick it up in the Seawolves zone. Down to 15 seconds to go in the coincidental minors. Bozer dumps it in, gets past Ballou. Bozer dips a shoulder now and controls the puck behind the net. Tries to get it out in front to Osaski, but did not go. Knocked down. Good job by Crockett. Osaski just dumps it into the corner now as we're all even up 5-on-5. And big hit in the corner. Crockett on Logan. And that puck is loose behind the net. Ballou now being chased down by Stemke as the part of the fourth line is out there. Back to the point to Cartwright, who dumps in deep. Seawolves putting some pressure on Liberty right now. Trying to get the puck out. Not able to do so. Oh, now they do. This is Harris coming in, and he's watched by Stemke. Good reach there. Able to get that puck off his stick.
Stemke's been greatly improved defensively as the season's worn on. That was a good, smart play, just poking the stick out, knocking the puck away, and forcing Liberty to regroup.
All right, that was a home run pass that Gervaisi needed to tip, but did not get it on the stick and an icing on the Seawolves.
So this one's going to come all the way back down. Gervaisi came pretty close to getting to that tip, but he couldn't get to it. So now they can't change, and this is the long change, so they need to win this faceoff and clear it out so they can get the first line out
there. The defense is what's concerning because Cartwright has been out there a little longer than most on this line, so he needs to get off quick. And it looks like DeFeo was being looked at on the Stony Brook bench. And back out of the zone here. Let's see if Schwartz will try to shove it back in. He does. Back into the Seawolves zone. Cartwright throwing it around, but Kasha was not near the puck. Oh, and there's a goal. Schwartz with a shot, wrist shot, and you can see that the Stony Brook D is just tired.
And that one just went over the glove of Wilms.
It was a good shot. It hit the spot, and it was screened.
Yeah, we're gonna watch the replay here. Here comes the initial play by Cartwright. He can't get it to Kasha. Boudreaux can't control. He gets knocked off the puck by Ward, and Sharks just flips it up, and that may have gone off of Garvin.
It may have hit Garvin. It may have. We'll see if they credit it to Garvin or not. But Garvin's a big body, and anytime he gets in front of the goalie cannot see the puck. And the Seawolves have got to keep an eye on that play because they can do that all game long. Now this is Rizaldi dumping it in. All tied up at 1 here. This has been a very, very even game, as we anticipated that it would be. Shot for the point, Gilbert, and a save by Byron, who's kept Liberty in the game. Let's face it, Byron made some really good saves in the first period.
He did.
More difficult saves than Wilms had to make, and he's done a good job keeping Liberty in. Seawolves are going to have to do much more to get him to move.
That was something that Coach Handy spoke about during the intermission, that he was very impressed with the play of Carey Byron and keeping him in the game.
Gilbert now gets it and fires it in deep. Seawolves have to get those sea legs moving because they're a little sluggish here in the second period as Liberty's coming with some gusto.
Whatever was said to them in between periods seems to have really resonated because they're playing with some real fire in their belly.
And those pucks are just bouncing right onto the Liberty sticks right now, and they're getting those fortuitous bounces. And picked up by Shirting now and dumped out to the neutral zone. Here comes JT Hall down on the wing. JT Hall loses his stick as he was pushed into the corner by Crane, and his stick came loose. Knocked down by Underhill, but back into the Seawolves zone. Picked up by Bishop. He'll circle back and get it back to Miller. Miller will dump it back to Bishop, past him. Bishop will push it out toward the neutral zone and past DeFeo, back into the Seawolves zone. Liberty putting that pressure on the Seawolves right now Seawolves need to step up their game a little bit. Need to keep their feet moving. Liberty's doing a good job keeping that puck in and pressuring the Seawolves right now. Now the puck bounces out. It's Kalilo through the neutral zone. His pass off the mark to DeFeo. And no icing as Ballou gets back to get it. Kalilo knocks him off the puck, but through the neutral zone comes Wilson for Liberty. He'll dump in, and Wilson, there's a couple of Wilsons and a couple of Harrises on this squad, so we'll just be mentioning the names. And this puck is off the mark to Bishop, but he does get it out through the neutral zone. Pushing it in is DeFeo. The Seawolves haven't been able to make any passes, and they haven't been able to put anything together. That shot just whizzed by Wilms, as he may have got a blocker on it, but it was a very hard shot.
It was high and wide.
Back to the point. Shantz again. He's got a good shot, Shantz. They want to get it into his stick, and he'll get it on net. He's got an accurate shot.
Shorts already has one goal in this game, and he's looking for that second one. The first one, he went high. That one, he was going low, and there was nobody in front of him, so he had an open shot.
Yeah, the shot that he put in the net, it was pinpoint top corner. I couldn't be put in a better spot. All right. The puck gets wind all the way around the wall to Osowski. Osowski picks it up, sends it off the wall to Bozer, who's in the zone. Bozer speeds in, gets that puck, but pushed to the corner, picked up by Crockett, and he'll lose it, and picked up by Liberty. Roberts throws a cross-ice pass to Shantz, and he's offsides as he was breaking in on the off wing. Down to 13:30 to go in the second period. We're all knotted up at 1, and we couldn't be any closer with shots at 16 and 15 respectively for the Seawolves and Liberty. It's a close game.
And for Sharks, that's his 5th goal of the season, so that gives him 19 points on the year.
And it's Osowski deflecting a pass in past Shantz. And that puck's given away by Shantz, picked up by Crockett, coming in with Osowski. Gets it to Osowski, shoots high over the top of the net. Golden opportunity.
That's the second one Osowski's missed like that in this game. He had one in the first period.
Going high on Byron is probably the trick, but you got to get it in the top corner. And there's a shot, sails over the top of the net by Bozer. And they're trying to get the top of that net, but they're sailing it too high. Caught right and will dump it for Kasha.
And in a situation like that, where you got, if you can, take that extra second and try to line it up.
This is Boudreau over to Stemke. And Stemke's shot was wraparound tip. He scores! Stemke! Caught Byron out of the net. He was too far out. And then Stemke came all the way around and beat Byron on the wraparound.
Nice play there.
I see some real good chemistry with Boudreau and Stemke. Boudreau's got some speed. He can skate too, and that's one of the things that the Seawolves have going for them.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that here. Here's Stemke. He was initially gonna pass it out to Gervaisi, and he just wraps it around and puts it in.
He caught Byron between the rock and a hard place.
Stemke had a lot of options he could have done with that one, and then he just.
And he picked Byron out, and Byron would not be able to get back in time. And Stemke was successful in parking that goal, giving the Seawolves another 1-goal lead here. Midway through the second period. Loose puck, Boudreau! He gets a shot that just skidded wide.
Boudreau with the assist on that one.
Now the puck is still in the zone. Stemke was knocked down. He was complaining to the ref when no call was made. Now the puck is loose. The Seawolves picking up that momentum again.
And that's what you want to see if you're Coach Garofalo.
And here comes Liberty on a breakaway. Ward slaps it high and wide.
For Stemke, that's going to be his
third hit in the corner. Big hit on Ward by Gilbert. Here's Lizaldi breaking out now. 2-on-1. He's got Underhill with him. Underhill, wow, trying to get it back to Lizaldi. Back to the point.
In a situation like that, Underhill's just got to take the shot. He had Byron out of position. He could have taken a quick wrist shot, and he would have been able to put it over the glove side. That's one of those where we know Underhill can score, and because he's done very well at that this year. I mean, he's leading the team with 21. That's one of those where you got to take that shot and not look for that extra pass.
Yep. Face-off will be to the left of Byron. And JT Hall on the draw for the Seawolves, rolling up against, I can't see the number, folks, I'm sorry.
It's Ward. number
Ward,
86.
okay, 86 Ward, yeah. Face-off won by the Seawolves, picked up by Lizaldi, and he'll get it back to Sherding, back to Lizaldi. Back to Sherding at the point. Sherding, wrist shot, low, right on, and a pad save. The rebound popped all the way out to Gilbert, who sent it over to Underhill. Couldn't get a clean shot off. Back to Underhill, sends it wide. Zaldi in deep, so was JT Hall. Back to Hall, he fires over the top of the net.
Hall again looking high just like everybody else is, but he flipped it a little bit too much, got a little bit too much lift on it. Now he's coming a little slow to the bench.
Lamoureux just walking in, but dumps the puck off, and he really should have I thought he was going to the net. Satola makes a nice defensive play. DeFeo picks it up, and he's got Kalilo with him. Kalilo carrying the puck. DeFeo flies and fires. Rebound loose. Oh, Kalilo almost had an opportunity. There was an open net there. Seawolves again picking it up now. Back to Kosh at the point. Wrist shot. And blockered away by Byron, who's standing up tall to the task here. Still doing the job for Liberty. Keeping Liberty in this game. Seawolves controlling the puck. Back to Kasha. And his shot was deflected by Garvin. Oh, and Seawolves dumped to the corner. That was Satola was hit by Shantz. And Satola's coming down. His chance to hit Shantz. Picked up by Cartwright. He'll dump in. As big hits by Satola now along the boards. DeFeo throwing his body on Crane. This is Satola to Bozer. Kasha, wrist shot. Oh, what a save by Byron.
He just stuck the glove out there and said, not today. This one's mine. Kasha had a good shot from the point. That had some lift on it, had some nice velocity, and Byron just throws the glove up there and says, you're not scoring right now.
He anticipated where it was going, and he was ready for it. Good save by Byron. Excellent job. As you can see the shots now, up 19-15 for the Seawolves, but there's been more shots than that. Lashowski, and that puck was deflected by somebody just wide. It was going to go to the wide side of the net, but it just skidded outside the net. Back to the neutral zone. Picked up by Heffernan. Heffernan, and his pass hits Harris, and back to Heffernan, who will control in the neutral zone and get it up the wall. Dumped in by Crockett. Liberty controls, and that will hit the rafters as Miller's pass just connected with the I-beam.
Now we're seeing what the Seawolves need, what they were doing in the first period. They're attacking again. They're throwing different looks at Liberty, making them have to adjust on the fly, which they have not. Which midway through the first period they started getting better at, but this period they haven't done it as well.
Face-off won by the Seawolves. Miller with a shot right on goal and a save by Byron. Seawolves doing a good job pinning in. Here's a breakaway now. Opportunity, a chance. Oh, and a good defensive play. Puck is loose.
Wilms didn't see it. He thought he had the puck.
Well, Wilms got his gloves knocked off, but he's back. He's back now. He made the initial save, but he did not see where that rebound was, as Liberty had that opportunity to take advantage of the Seawolf defensive breakdown. What's up, my brother?
So we have Sam Brewster up here. He come up to the press box with us and see if we can get him.
We got a special guest in the booth, folks. You're going to just watch the game, and we're going to have a little conversation with Mr. Brewster.
He's got the microphone.
Okay, great. So, first of all, good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We don't know. We don't know if you we can hear you, so you just talk normally, okay? Just keep that up there, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So anyway, we've been talking about you. We've been praying for you, okay? And everything that you've done for this team, okay, for like the past 3 years that I've been doing this thing, when the news came through, it just like knocked me off my feet, okay? So everybody who's listening, I don't know if they know what happened to you. You want to tell us what happened to you? You don't want to tell us? It's up to you.
All right. Well, no, it's, so I had started law school at Wisconsin. I was there for a week, and I came back just for Labor Day to go to a movie with my girlfriend, and went into the movie feeling fine and came out. My elbow's hurt, and 2 days later I was diagnosed with leukemia. I spent a month in the hospital getting intense chemo there, and after a month was fortunately in remission. And then I just am under a really intense regimen right now for the next few months, and then I'll be on a regimen for 3 years after that. But hopefully get my law degree at the same time that the chemo stops. So that'll be a big year I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely. So what kind of law you going to study? You go for?
I'm actually looking. I have some friends that have helped me out, but looking to be an NHLPA certified lawyer and agent, so I can help out a few of my friends that are looking for jobs and things like that. But
nothing like staying in what you feel good about, right?
Then you get to have that fun lifestyle.
Exactly. It's a lifestyle, but through all this, the hockey community has been one of the strongest and most amazing support crews that I've had, and I want nothing more than to give back and be around it as much as I can. So it's been really special, and this whole experience kind of furthered my desire to want to be around it for a long time.
Good for you, man. Good for you. So, how long are you here for? Are you visiting?
This was the day. You
picked the day and you said,
I told my folks, I'm making the drive. I gotta get out of there and be around some good people. So,
all right,
I missed everyone. So,
well, you're up here with somebody that we know pretty well.
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
The Mianos have taken care of me for a long time.
Absolutely. And we miss Miano out there too on D as well. So, but anyway, just more importantly, it's like a refreshing feeling, dude, to see you. You know what I'm saying? Because when we see a poster
right.
and we see a jersey, it's not Sam.
Nah,
it's a picture. To see you like here in flesh and living color, it's really great.
It's amazing to be here. It's the most I've smiled and talked and felt like myself in a long time.
Well, you definitely need to stay connected.
At
least stay connected to Seawolves Hockey Live, so at least we can do things for you as well. You know,
I make out as many trips as I can, and then but I want to be part of the team Stony Brook, being around as much as I can. So
yeah, man.
Well, based on what you've seen so far, what's your first impression of the team this year?
I think I'm going to give some coaching staff credit to the fact that this team's completely different than last year's team, and they're finding ways. They've been successful. And last year, you had big bodies like me, Barbera, Cujo, and we had more of a physical edge, and he had to find a way to win with a smaller, maybe less skilled group, but from what I heard, they love playing with each other, and it's a close-knit group, which is maybe something that took a lot more time and effort for us with other teams. This team kind of molds a little nicer. So
they gelled very quickly. Yeah, that's one of the things. And there was no superstars.
Right, exactly.
There was no okay, Barbero, go out there and get us a goal. Or Sam, get out there and get us a goal.
It's nice to have a Barbera that'll just put it in for you.
Yeah, exactly. Or someone like you who could crank the puck, or Joseph who could crank the puck. I mean,
you got a Lopes that'll skate down the ice and just put one in.
Yeah, well, when it came to you were the most clutch player I've seen in a long time. The goal last year in the ECHL finals
was huge.
That set it into overtime.
Yeah. Well, I've always got a chance to play with JT Halls or Nick Dereskis or Matt Mianos that always made my job easier. A knucklehead like me can, go out there and
first of all, let me tell you something. It's all about the intimidation factor.
Right.
When you used to see your number come barreling down that wall.
That's why I always stayed on his line in practice.
Exactly. No, there you go. Let's say that again.
That's why I always stayed on Brewster's line in practice.
There you go. Exactly. My point.
That's all right. A Texas boy, you learn how to play football on skates pretty quick.
There you go, man. There you go. You made Texas proud, boy, I'll tell you. So anyway, we are, we don't get a chance to do anything on the road with these guys, but consistently, this is a 9-1 team on the road and home.
When you got to be able to win on the road.
Exactly. Take us to last year. Bring us to that final game where you guys were just wiped out going into the national championship.
It's something that team, I think we all agreed on at the end of the year, that we had to beat number 1, number 2, had to 3, and we had to do that to win the national championship. Exactly. We just faced 2 last, but they had a day off in their games, and the Arizona State game was so liberating for a lot of us that was our pinnacle, and that our bodies, we gave everything we had. I was in the locker room, we're upset. You lose the biggest game of your life kind of thing, but you can't be upset when your body. It wasn't an effort thing. It was
nothing left. Like Coach Garofalo said, there was just nothing left in the tank.
And that Arizona State game was one of the hardest fought games of the year.
Right, and that was probably the best hockey game that a lot of us have ever been a part of, and it was
Last year, for me, I mean, I call the games, but, I call it because I love the game.
yeah.
So calling the game was the most exciting thing, okay, because you don't get a chance to see this level of hockey
Right.
other than going to like an EHL game
Yeah.
or a D1 team or a pro game. This hockey here, this level of hockey was amazing.
Right.
And the emotion that I get out of calling the game is only because what comes off the ice.
I mean, yeah, and it's proven that. I mean, now with Chris Joseph, I just was out with him. He's playing in the East Coast.
Yeah, his
Hockey League
dad's
right now.
texting me right now.
Right.
Hey, Al, I'm getting them.
I got a chance to go out and talk to him for like a half hour after his game, and got to see him play in his first minor league professional game, and I mean he plays great, and I mean he was one of our guys. He was one of the guys who's maybe Lopes, Barbera, guys like that.
Listen,
That ceiling was up there for us. We had a really talented team.
we know Chris Joseph. Trevor, our producer, skated with him.
Yeah.
They were a tandem. They played together. So we know Chris a long time, and now he's up in the EC, and wow.
Right.
I mean, he's one step away from AHL.
Yeah, it says something about the league, about Stony Brook, and about the talent on Long Island.
Very true, Sam.
Right.
Very true.
We had spoken about it in the first period that the World Juniors, there were 5 players on the United States roster that were playing from Long Island that were on the U.S. team.
Yep, Milano. I know Sonny Milano. He was out on a few skates with a few of us, and Long Island. It was funny, Chris Joseph in his game. There was, I think, 5 or 6 Long Islanders that were on the other team. And so
that's amazing.
He knew a bunch of the guys, and I think maybe gave him a comfort level. So
and that's got to be great to see. Like you came up here, you played for 4 years. Now you're starting to see where the hockey's going. So it's got to make you feel good knowing that you got to contribute to part of that.
right, and I love the way Stony Brook is moving as a team and organization, and the school is starting to appreciate us more, give us more notoriety, and it's something I'm going to be happy to be a part of when it continues to grow into something bigger.
Well, where do you think? How long do you think it would be until eventually that this program can get to NCAA?
So when?
So when this program could eventually get to NCAA status?
I mean, right now, it's tough. You need you need to have the skill, which I think we could get pretty easy. It's the money question, and then the school's backing. It's a lot of money to have an NCAA team.
Yeah. The chances of that happening here are very, very slim to none.
They need a few of us to have some success.
Yeah.
Or pull that Powerball ticket. So
Yeah, I'm in on it tonight.
that's it.
I think the money is somewhere on Long Island to do it. I think what has to happen is what you just said. Players need to come up the ranks and show folks that talent is coming here. Look, this coach has done a decent job getting guys like you to come here. Matt Miano, who lives here,
Right.
okay, that's a prodigy of Long Island. Chris Joseph, a prodigy of Long Island.
Barbera, all those guys, yep.
But it's also the Sam Brewsters, it's the Lizaldis, it's these other players that come in. Who's your other big scorer last year?
Lopes.
Lopes. Well, he's a
Lopes,
Staten
yeah.
Island kid. But the kid from Florida, what was his name? I keep forgetting his name. Your big goal scorer. Who was the big goal?
Cotcamp.
Cotcamp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was around.
Yeah. So these are players that he's pulled in here that you guys have melded so well. And this is the same thing here too.
Yeah.
You got kids from out of state, not the biggest team this year,
Nope.
but faster.
Yep.
That's one thing that I see this team has over last year, even with Lopes. He was your speedster.
Yeah.
They got 3 of them on this team.
Yeah, you do.
Maybe they're all not as fast as him, but you know what? They're very close.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what this team is bringing to the table this year. But you know what? They know where you guys were last year.
Yeah.
And the guys that are left over, like JT and some of these other guys, they want to get back there and win it this time around.
Yeah.
So
that's the ultimate prize. Yeah, that's a tough road to take.
Because if they win it, they also win it for you guys too.
Yeah.
Because you helped build this program.
But then we're not the most successful team ever. So
you never know.
that would be a good thing.
Remember, they have to get there first.
Yeah.
They have to get there.
Definitely.
Yeah, so right now, as it stands, you guys still are the most successful team. But
We'll take it.
Right.
We don't want it. We don't want to keep it very long. But
Exactly. That's the
I
right
don't like
attitude. That's the right attitude. You were building the steps.
No, now we're fans, so we want to see the team do
You're
well.
alumni.
always.
You're alumni. Absolutely.
Because when it comes down to it, we do the games every night. We're here. But we're also still fans of the game. We want to see everybody do well. Like that.
Osowski got a nice one there. I saw it watching it on the monitor. And again, that's that line. Osowski Bozer. Actually, there was other people on that line.
That was a
That's
power
a power
play.
play.
Oh, it was a
Yeah.
power play. Yeah. Okay.
So
But,
I'm going to watch that again.
yeah.
And
Just
it's
right
actually
in the
sitting
slot,
right in the
left
slot
it alone.
right
It's a
there.
release.
Yeah, that's a good
Just
goal
like
there.
Brum drew it up, right?
I mean,
Exactly like Brum drew it up. That's a good shot.
yeah, and he had the space and everything.
That's what you gotta
so He got everything into it.
It's a miscommunication by the bottom two guys on Liberty. One of them has to go, not both.
I don't know if you saw Stemke's goal. He came on the
Oh, yeah.
wraparound. He hung the goalie out, and he just came around.
Used-
And he's a big
Big
kid
man,
too.
use the reach.
Use the reach. Use the reach. Exactly. So, you driving back to Chicago now?
I'm driving back to Chicago. I got to see one more person that's been a really great support for me, also in the hockey community, but then I'll be back in Chicago and back in the clinic on Monday. So,
All right, dude.
How long is that drive for you? From
yeah, 13 and a little change maybe.
Do you do it
But
all?
growing up in Texas, playing in Boston, playing in New York,
Look, it takes
I
you
had to
13
make it all
hours to get
time.
from one end of Texas to the other.
right. That's how you go. You need the car. It's tough. It's not that bad.
Get plenty of coffee. Keep yourself going. You go. You don't need coffee. You're an athlete. You've got that. You've got that. That get up and go.
we'll
in you.
see.
I'm not the athlete. I would need all the coffee that 7-Eleven has.
We'll see. My girlfriend's she's a coffee maniac, so she keeps me going with that.
All right, dude. It was great seeing you.
Definitely. It's a pleasure, absolute pleasure. to be
And
here.
you know, just somehow, some way, keep in touch with us. I don't know how. Get us your email, and we'll figure it out. And there's another one. So
Yeah,
I guess-
JT just picking up right where you left off.
I guess it's been a lucky interview.
great seeing you.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely talk to you
Thank
guys
you
soon.
for stopping
Thank you so
by.
much.
Appreciate it, Sam.
Matt?
All right, great. Trev, say goodbye to Matt. All right, safe home. You too.
All right, so that
All
was
right,
Sam
folks.
Brewster and Matt Miano up here. We're going to watch the replay. Here comes JT Hall. He just goes one-on-one. He leaves it out for Underhill. Underhill takes the shot, and Hall gets the rebound.
Very nice play by the Seawolves there as they increase their lead now,
That's with 38.2 left to go.
4-1. So we figured we'd let that game, let you watch the game and listen to us talk with Sam. And it's great to hear him and see him. And I have to honestly say, you know, he's got you know, a smile on in his eyes. You can see he knows he's on the road to recovery, which is great.
Yeah.
And but he's
looks
still
like
not
he's
at
great.
but he still has a long way to go.
He does. You know, like you said, it's a 3-year thing that he's going to have to go through, and we can only wish him the best. You know, he's a strong guy. You know, we have full confidence that he can. That
Yeah,
he can beat
and
it.
again, you said it, strong mind, strong will. All right, folks, we're at the end of the second period. The Stony Brook Seawolves have a score of 4-1 over Liberty University, and we're going to take a break, and we'll catch up all on the stats when we come back. So thanks for tuning in, watching Seawolves Hockey Live. We'll be back soon. welcome back to Seawolves Hockey Live, everyone, as we get set to go for the third period. Andy, why don't you take us through the stats that we missed while we were interviewing Sam?
All right, well, this is an all Stony Brook period. 3 goals for the Seawolves. The first one by Chris Stemke from Tyler Boudreau and Frank Kasha. That was after Liberty tied the game early in the second of the goal by Zane Schartz with the assist from Robert Ward, his team leading 17th, which tied the game at 1 with 16:11 to go. Then the Seawolves scored the next 3. The first one from Stemke, and then a power play goal from Eddie Azowski from Justin Lizaldi with 1:04 to go in the second, and then a mere 26 seconds later, JT Hall took a Tyler Underhill rebound and then stuffed it past Carey Byron to give the Seawolves the 4-1 lead they have now.
All right. And the Seawolves will carry that 3-goal lead into the third period, out shooting the Liberty Flames right now 26-19. And kind of a really interesting interview we had with Sam. It was so good to see him. And I just remember all the things he brought to the Seawolves last year. Strength, power. You know, him and Joseph were staunch co-captains. It was just a phenomenal year.
You and Trevor could say, because you've been here a little longer, you know, you've done the games. You saw him for his entire collegiate career here. I only got to see one season, but getting to watch what he brought to this team really was nice. And getting to see him again and knowing that he's in remission right now and doing well is what you really want to see.
All right, face-off one all the way back into the Seawolves zone. Back to get it to Shirting. We'll see if Liberty comes with an edge. I imagine that they would. They're putting everything on net that they can. This is what they're going to try to do. And good play there by Shirting to get that stick out. Zaldi's pushed off the puck by Harris. And pushed off the puck by Gilbert. And now picked up by Shirting. He'll fire all the way down to Zaldi. He'll try to just do a quick little out. And the puck is not finding its way out of the Seawolves zone right now, as Liberty's doing a good job keeping it in. Harris with a pass to try to get it. Just missing on the breakout. So you can see Lizaldi just wants to get off the ice. What a tough shift for that line. They were not able to get out of their zone. Good job by Liberty.
Yeah, Liberty comes out strong here in the third period on the outset and gets a couple shots in on Wilms, making the defense work.
All right, face-off will be to the left of Wilms as Satola comes out, and he'll go against Tyson Street, and Street wins the draw, but out to get his Kalilo. Kalilo's held up now as that puck was down for an icing, and Kalilo made a move to go around the check, as usually what happens is they call that an interference play.
But that one wasn't called, so getting away with the one there.
Yeah, if the player doesn't move to get around the player, then they don't call it. But if he makes a move to go around the player who's picked off, they usually will make a call. No call there. Oh, great opportunity off a muff in the zone there, and Liberty unable to capitalize. Satola bangs it in. Satola in deep. Back behind the net is DeFeo. DeFeo was checked by Harris, picked up by Kalilo, and Kalilo with the puck sends it back around the wall, fired all the way up to Kasha, who sent it back down. Schwartz sends it up the wall, picked up by Kasha. Oh, and he hit Ruben. Ruben got hit with the puck.
And he's feeling that one right now.
There's a shot on goal and a save by Byron. This is Kasha now sends it. Oh! Whoa, that puck had eyes! Kasha sends that puck down on a backhand or on a wing and a prayer, and somehow or another it finds its way into the net.
And we're gonna watch that one here. Here's the backhand from Kasha. That made deflected off Kalilo. Looks like it did.
It looks like Kalilo got the goal. Right place, right time.
That's all you can ask for if you're Brendan Kalilo, that you just get there. And that's a mere minute and a half into the third period.
Good to see that, play there. You get rewarded when you go to the net, and Brendan absolutely got rewarded there.
For Kalilo, that's going to be his 9th of the season.
That's fantastic. Ninth goal of the year.
And for Kasha, that's his 2nd assist of the game, which gives him 8 on the year and gives him 20 points.
Amazing. All right, this is Bozer. Bozer will hop it into the neutral zone, and jumping down it is Osaski, coming down left wing with speed, in the wall, down low, sends it back to the point. Bishop will fire it back down low. Osaski lets it go for Crockett. Oh, they gave the goal to Satola. I thought it went to Kalilo. I guess I was wrong. Sorry about that. Miller loses the puck on a stick check. Picked up by Wilson now through the neutral zone. And we're going to have a whistle and a penalty being called here. Blue he just threw a stick at Soski, and now Blue's not really happy about that. It's going to be a slash. 2 minutes for Blue. He'll sit in the box. Face-off will be all the way back in the Liberty zone.
And this is a chance for Stony to really just step on Liberty's throat here. They can get it to a 5-goal lead. That's going to let them not necessarily cruise, but have an easier time in the third period.
Back to the point. Sherding controls it from Cartwright. Cartwright sends it down low over to Hall, to Underhill. Underhill fires it again. Got his rebound loose behind the net. Reaching forward is Underhill. You go back to Lizaldi. Back around the wall. Sherding will pinch. And the puck's fired out into the neutral zone. This is Cartwright for the Seawolves. Over to Hall. Hall sends it back over to Cartwright. He'll carry it in. Carrying it in and pushed off the puck. And knocked down by Underhill. Underhill controls it on the... Sends it off the top of the crossbar. Wicked hard shot by...
He had Byron beat, but it just skipped out the crossbar.
Down low to Hall. Hall controls the puck. Looking for his options. Drops it for Sherding. Sherding down low to Lizaldi. No look pass to Hall. Oh, what a great pass. And Hall sneaking in. He got the shot, but saved by Byron.
I think Lizaldi was expecting that one to go, and he started putting his hands up like Hall was going to automatically put that one in.
Yeah. This is Underhill. Controls the puck. Back to Hall. Hall back to the point to Cartwright. Cartwright down to Underhill for the tip, and it just skidded wide. Nice play by Cartwright, not taking a shot. Oh, a slap over the top of the net by Underhill. Seawolves just firing at will here. They got to set something up. Whoop, taking a dump there is Lizaldi. Underhill knocks it down, then walks to the net, fires off the post again. We got a crossbar and a post on this play here.
Carry Byron getting very lucky here on this.
Sending a hard shot was Underhill and knocking Byron back on that shot. And it says puck. It says Underhill comes to the bench frustrated.
Now, Underhill had 2 chances to score power play goals there and rang it off the post and the crossbar both times. That's, if you're a hockey player, especially when you're the team leader in goals, that's going to get very frustrating.
This is Colillo going there to Satola. Satola just fired wide as we're all even up now. Blue out of the box. Kasha knocks it down and gets it back to Satola, who will just spin and carry it through the neutral zone. Fired all the way in. DeFeo in on the forecheck. And pops back to Satola. Back to Gilbert. Fires a high shot and it knocked down by Byron. The puck got loose. Now Satola behind the net being held up. Held up. Literally held up.
Yeah, he was. It looked like he had him behind the neck almost.
And this puck goes into the Seawolves zone. That's Gilbert. Winds it all the way around the wall, but no one there but Garvin for Liberty. And good play there by the Seawolves. Defensive zone coverage has been excellent so far.
They've been collapsing very well and not letting Garvin.
We got a little bit of a... As Kalilo got tangled up with Liberty player. And
it's going to be Hayes.
It's Hayes and Kalilo, and I'm sure it was inadvertent at first. I'm sure it was not a definite situation here, but we're going to have probably Kalilo going off for a rough.
At minimum.
And I'm not sure we're going to have a minimum of actually not have a matching penalty there.
Kalilo took it maybe a little bit too far as he had the upper position and just kind of kept sticking it to Hayes. We watch Kalilo, he's just kind of still holding him down. And again, it's behind the play. So this is unnecessary to begin with.
Yeah, and Hayes lost his helmet too, and I'm sure Kalilo did not want to do much once the helmet popped off, but stay on top of him. Puck is loose behind the Seawolves zone, and they will not get it out. Shantz with the puck, and he tries to get a pass across to Garvin. That's actually a set play, I'm sure. Back to Shantz. He's going to get the shot. And Williams with the save. He's the key to the power play. That was Ward getting that pass and trying to get it to Garvin, but Garvin, the pass was fluttering. But Logan Garvin, insurance at the point, who has a good shot, and that's probably the reason why he's there on the power play. Let's feed across over to Harris. Back over to Harris again. It's Assurance. Down low to Logan. Back down to Harris, who takes the shot. Shots with a blast! And it's knocked down. Then not out of the zone. Knocked down by Ward. Ward controls. Looking for his options. Back to Shantz at the point. Fakes the shot. Back to Ward. Ward controls it. Has no lane. Shantz has no lane. Passes it over to Harris. Harris shoots. Puck loose. Oh, and skids wide. Seawolves dodging one there. As Liberty coming with everything they got right now.
They have to. They want to get back in this game.
Logan walking it in. Oh, and a nice body block there, and the save by Wilms is a whole hold.
Bishop got a good piece of that one as it was deflecting in on Wilms. So smart slide there by Bishop to get in front of Logan's shot and make it a little bit easier for Wilms to make the play. But like Coach Garofalo, we're going to watch the replay here. Here's the slide, and it deflected up, and then off of Garvin into Wilms. Like Coach Garofalo said in the pregame, if Wilms sees it, he's going to stop it.
Face off to the left of Wilms. Seawolves won the draw. And Kasha will bang it, but not out. Good job keeping that puck in by Miller. Back up to Miller. Miller's being watched carefully. Can only go down the wall. Back up to Miller. He'll get it over to Ballou. Ballou will control. Now Ballou will switch with Miller. And Ballou will get back to Miller. Whining and shooting. And that puck was blocked. Oh, and that pass was blocked going out. Now the Seawolves will get it all the way down. A shot on goal. 17 seconds left to go in the man advantage for Liberty. This is Ballou. Loses it. Loses the puck on a stick. He has to go back and get it. Valuable time wasted here. No, now they lose it again. As we are just about all even up now. 1 second to go, and Colillo out of the box. This is Tyson Street. Will fire in on Wilms. Wilms will glove it down.
They got 4 shots on that power play. And considering they didn't get any shots on their first power play, that's a marked improvement for Liberty and good on this feeble defense that they were able to not let anything get past them.
Zaldi to Underhill, and Underhill just floats it to the net. Knocked glove down by Byron. We're down to 12:33 left to go. These two teams get to do it all again tomorrow, and we face off. Puck drops at 3:30 p.m. So maybe while you're watching some football, you can throw this on your computer and you keep the sound off. We're okay. As long as you're watching the game. There's a shot by Gilbert. Glove down by Byron. And faceoff will be back in Liberty zone. To the right of Byron. JT Hall on the draw. Up against Tyson Street. No, that's not Street. I apologize. That's Wilson. And this is another Wilson. Wilson's 98 and 89. Seawolves battling. Coming away with it is Wilson. Nice pass across to Wilson again, and he lost his footing. And Scherning will pop it, trying to get it out. Can't not get it out. Now picked up by Hall. Hall will just skate around his check. Oh, but he took one high. JT Hall's struggling a little bit there. This is Wilson coming down the middle. Poke check nicely by Scherning. Touch pass over to Gilbert. Gilbert controls it. Sends it back across to Scherning as the Seawolves change. Neutralized pass picked up by Boudreau. Boudreau's pass kept in by Gervaisi. Actually, he didn't. It looked like he did, but the puck crossed the line.
We're gonna look at we're gonna check out our social media. You know, we're big on social media here, and one of our favorite Twitter accounts is Did Gervaisi Score? So the most recent tweet from Christmas Day, there's still a lump of coal in the goal stocking.
All right. Remember, Matt Gervaisi is not going to be lighting up the lamp, but he will give you heart and soul on most of the every shifts he's out there.
Yeah, we do want him to score though, because I'm curious to see what that person who runs that account will tweet when he does score.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll just hope for that. All right, puck fired back into the neutral zone, and Miller will pick it up. And he'll send it across to Sharance, and that pass is just, puck is fluttering in the neutral zone, picked up by Sharance again, who will control over to Miller. Garcia, touch pass, backhand pass the street, who bangs it in on net onto Wilms, who leaves it for Bishop. Hefferon comes around the wall, and Hefferon able to get the puck out. Kalilo over to DeFeo, to Satola, back to Kalilo, trying to get DeFeo again.
He had DeFeo on the near side. He just couldn't get it on the stick. It was not tape to tape. He had to get some lift on it, and Satola just put a little too much on.
Oh, nice play. There's a goal by number 75, Frank Kasha.
Yeah, Kasha really making himself known out here.
He just keeps adding to the goal count.
And that's with now 10-13 to go here.
Not only this game, but his own personal goal count. He's leading all defensemen for the Seawolves in goal scoring. And he just added another one.
Yeah, we're going to watch that here. Satola, after missing the initial shot for DeFeo, gets a rebound and sees Kasha coming right into the high slot and just puts it right on his stick.
Right place, right time.
So for Kasha, that's his 13th of the season. That's his third point of the game. And for Satola, that's his second point of the game. He has a goal and an assist so far in this game.
This is going to get nasty, folks. Just be aware of it. You can just wait for it to happen. Kalilo's already going at it with somebody back behind the net. And we're going to have a penalty here. And there's a lot of time left in this game. This 9 minutes and 58 seconds could take forever to play, depending on what the refs call and what they don't call. Kalilo's going to go off again. And there's nobody else going off but him, so.
Well, we saw this in the series against Delaware. When things started getting out of hand, they started calling everything pretty quick.
Right. And again, teams setting themselves up for tomorrow because they do this all again tomorrow, and you know they may have already cast this game off, and they're just getting ready to kind of send a message for tomorrow's game. Yeah, and again, JT Hall's talking to the referee because truthfully, it should have been both of them coming off the ice. So here's the cross check. See the cross check? There's the cross check on Kalilo, and meanwhile the referee's arm's up. So interference call. Okay. Oh, and there's a takedown right there on Bishop. A good play by Miller to get that puck out. The Seawolves will just fire it all the way down.
If you're the Seawolves right now, though, you can't get baited into that. You can't take bad penalties. If they're going to come out and hit you, you have to just keep playing your game. Obviously, you don't want to turtle up into a shell, play physically, but you don't want to get baited into bad penalties.
Exactly. Good play by Miller to get back there. Here's an opportunity for Osowski. He picks up the puck. He's being watched by Harris. Osowski avoids Sharance on that check. Good play by Osowski, sending it back into the Seawolves, back into Liberty zone. Good play.
This is now the third power play for Liberty. They weren't successful in the first two. They've gotten 4 shots on goal on the power play that they've had.
Back to Sharance at the point. Back to Logan, back to Sharance, over to Harris, back to Sharance, back to Harris, down to Ward. Ward controlling, looking for options, back to Harris. Seawolves are blocking that front zone. They can't get a shot through. Everything going through is getting deflected to the corner.
And they're keeping 2 in the slot, but giving Wilms enough space that he can see the puck, so they're kind of staggering it out.
There's a shot on goal. Wilms made the save on Harris. Back to the point to Ward. Ward's being watched by Crockett down low. That shot hit the back of the net, did not go through. And the net's off the mooring now. They'll just blow the whistle.
Yeah, Wilms.
No change for the Seawolves right now.
Was sliding over and he kicked the net off. I don't think it was intentional because he was sliding back into position. Just went a little too far. We got 15 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Seawolves. 8:12 to go in the game. So we've been seeing a very effective penalty kill for the Seawolves tonight. They're stifling Liberty, not letting them get really many quality chances. This power play, they've only had one thus far.
Faceoff beat to the left of Wilms, down to 8:12 to go. Seawolves right now out shooting Liberty 31-27. And that's Ward on the draw against Crockett. Won by Ward and a shot by Roberts over the top of the net. Back to the point. Back over to Miller. Miller, down low shot, save. Just a wrist shot, harmless wrist shot with bodies going to the net.
And down to 4 seconds left on the penalty kill. Wilms saw that puck all the way, just watch it right into his glove and hang on to it for the whistle. Smart play there. You don't want to try to do too much with the puck in a situation where you're up by 5 goals.
All right, face off to the left of Wilms again. This is JT Hall on the draw, and nice play by Hall. He just won that puck and took it away. Now he makes a move or two, walking in, coming in on the off. Oh, good shot by Hall. Good save by Byron. Nice move to the net, saved by Wilms.
Wilms has stopped 26 of 27 thus far. So he's having another strong game and really contributing to that .924 save percentage that he has. So he's having another strong season, which is what you want to see from your number one goalie going into the latter half of the season into the national stretch.
Face off to the right of Wilms, and JT Hall again. He'll go against Tyson Street. Face off won by Hall, and shirting up to Underhill, who's got Lizaldi, who's off his stick. Lizaldi's struggling a little bit out there today. I don't know what's going on with him right now. Seems to be just a tad slow. Maybe something's going on. Or maybe just at the end of a shift, maybe.
Hey, he's coming off the ice now. You know, we've seen him make some good plays in this game.
Oh, it's been amazing.
So sometimes
you don't know sometimes that the things that go on behind the play, you don't see all the time. So just make sure. But they were at the end of the shift, so that's why he was probably just a little gassed. Stemke, good job. Seawolves doing an excellent job here, frustrating Liberty, not allowing them to really get out of their zone.
They're throwing some other looks here now, not letting Liberty get anything established, and it's forcing play back into their zone, making Byron have to work
nice
and
move.
the Liberty defense.
Stemke trying to get that puck out, using that reach. Down low to Boudreau. Boudreau's played a good game today. Good, solid game. His fourth line's played excellent. I'd like to see probably more of them in this third period too. Wouldn't hurt.
You know, it gets them some ice time, gets them some reps, and that's going to make them more effective as a unit. When they have more time out there, they really gel and make things happen.
Oh, that was a tricky shot.
Yeah, Stemke knocked it down. He just like batted it down like a tomahawk, and it almost bounced into the net.
Gervasi battling hard.
As he should
going
be.
Against Crane. Stemke going against Crane. This is the big boys going at it. Kept in by Heffron. Good job keeping that puck deep. Seawolves frustrating. Nice play. Kasha again. Go!
Wow.
Whoa! Frank Kasha again.
That was just a perfect setup from Osowski to Kasha. And we're going to watch that again. And I think there might be a secondary assist to this one. Because Kasha now, that's his second goal of the game, his second consecutive goal. And he's now he's had a point on the last 3 goals.
The play here is Osowski. Osowski knows Kasha's coming, and he just sends it right out.
And
and great hands. Oh. I think Frank Kasha is a frustrated forward. You know, he's got a great shot. Got a D shot for sure, but he's also got some great hands. And soft hands, be able to lift that puck on the backhander like that. All right, shot on goal. Wilms will just hold it, and we're down to the last 5:34.
So for Kasha, it's his second of the game, 14th of the season. For Osowski, that's going to be...
Oh, and there's a goal. Wilms did not get it all. He got a piece of it, but it squirted in as Liberty finally answers after 6 consecutive Seawolf goals. And we've got a score of 7-2 right now. Wilms is. Wilms made the initial save, and it kind of squeezed through him. On the replay, you could see he had it. He had it. I'm not sure if it went through his pads or his arms, but anyway, 7-2. Steve Wolves still holding a commanding 5-goal lead here. As a hoist out to the neutral zone, into the Liberty zone, picked up by Ballou. And Ballou fires it up the wall, knocked down by Kalilo. And back out to the neutral zone. Skating hard after it is Bishop as he's being watched and slashed by Harris. Bishop picks the puck up. Watched by the other Harris. Harris moving in and knocked off the puck. Good play by Kalilo to be in the slot area to pick up that puck. This is DeFeo with the puck. And Kalilo sends it across to an empty wing. Cross-size pass. Picked up by Harris. Wings a wrist shot right on goal and saved by Wilms. DeFeo picks up the puck. As he picks up Kalilo coming in on left wing. Kalilo drops it off Hall. Hall right across to DeFeo. Fires it. Loose puck. Good save by Byron off the glove, and it trickled down into his pad.
And that one bounced up off of DeFeo, and as it was coming up, and Byron's had to knock it down and make sure that he didn't get past him. We're down to 4:14 to go here in the third. Steve Wolves have a commanding 5-goal lead. So again, they're beating their averages tonight, which is what we talked about in the pregame. That at home they are a very high potent offense.
Yeah, Wilson beat the icing call on Gilbert. Hall sends it up the wall. Lewis losing it off the stick is Lizaldi. From his knees, a shot right on and a save. Wilson got a shot off on his knees. This puck's dropped back for Sherding. Sherding will send it up to the wall to Lizaldi. Lizaldi, nice play to get it back. As Underhill will get cleared out. And fired all the way in. This should be an icing call. It will be, and faceoff will be all the way back in the Liberty zone.
So this is going to come all the way back down. And not much time taken off the clock there, so we're just kind of waiting it out here. Again, make sure you tune in tomorrow. Game time at 3:30 as these two teams go at it again. We'll be on call again. So you don't want to miss that.
Right. And
looks like Liberty may have called timeout here because they had the icing. That line had been out there for a considerable time period, so they needed to get that one done.
Right. So the coaching staff is just, probably trying to tell them, listen, guys, we're back here again tomorrow. So maybe you want to just let them know that we're coming back. We had a nice crowd down here tonight at the rink, and good crowd watching us tonight. We appreciate everybody tuning in. And down to the last 3:37 to go. Shots on goal so far through the game, 35 for the Seawolves, 31 for Liberty. Crockett will come out with Bozer, Olsowski, Heffernan, and Cartwright. And Tyson Street will take the draw for Liberty. To the left of Byron. Seawolves win it. Cartwright fires it from the point. It was deflected and gets on Byron right in the chest, and he'll freeze it up. We'll do it again. Crockett wins it again. Back to Cartwright at the point. Sends it down low. Back to the point. Cartwright sends it back down the wall. Olsowski sends it to Crockett. Crockett down on the low wall. Sends it to Olsowski behind the net. Out in front to Bozer, but it skipped over his stick. Cartwright sends it deep. Crockett will send it back to Olsowski. Back to Bozer. Fires a shot right on goal. The save by Byron. Seawolves doing a good job keeping the puck in. Now Liberty picks up the puck. And good play by Bozer coming back on the back check. But Street picks it back up. And missing on the pass of the shot was Garcia, as that puck was behind Osowski in offsides.
Osowski was pleading his case there to Rubin, but he came in about a split second before the puck did because he was skating backwards. We had a very high shot total for this game, 37 for the Seawolves, 31 for the Flames.
Yes.
And really both goalies have made their fair share of excellent saves.
Stempke dumps it in for the Seawolves all the way in the Liberty zone. And Stempke on the forecheck against Crane. Lamoureux sends it back over to Shantz. Shantz fires a cross-ice feed to nobody. Going to go all the way down for an icing. As we get down to 2:27 to go.
So this is a game that I'm sure Liberty has some things they want to change for tomorrow. And I'm sure there's some things that Coach Garofalo sees for Stony Brook that he would like to improve on for tomorrow's game.
But not a bad game coming back after a month break.
Absolutely not. After a month-long break, to take a 5-goal lead and maintain it is really what you want to see from the first game back. But there's still points where you want to improve your game and kind of sharpen things as you get to the latter stretch.
Seawolves punch that puck right back in. Gervaisi, Boudreau, and Stempke still out there. Miller sends it around the wall to Bishop. Bishop lets it go all the way across to Stempke. And he'll just fire it out to open ice. Down to 1:53 to go. Lamoureux carries through the neutral zone. This is Hayes firing a shot off the blocker and in the corner to Sotolo, who sends it back to Heffernan to get rattled by Hayes. Picked up by Bishop. He sends it past DeFeo into the Liberty zone. Picked up by Ballou. Ballou with the puck up the wall to Harris. Harris pass to Garvin. Gets on his stick and he's watched by Heffernan. Good play by Heffernan not to lose containment. This is Logan back to the point to Gimona. To Ballou, down low to Garvin. Garvin being watched by Gilbert. And now walks it to the front, takes the shot. And a save by Wilms as we are down to the last minute of the third period and the game. I don't think Liberty's going to put 5 goals in, so I don't think we're going to have any kind of overtime or a shootout.
I've seen crazier things happen, but I would be remiss to agree with you.
And Gilbert will just fire it into the rafters. And we'll do it again. We'll face off to the right of Wilms.
And what you want to see Stony Brook take from this game going into tomorrow is that they play that aggressive forecheck and really put Liberty back on their heels, which they've done very successfully in tonight's game. If they can continue that tomorrow, there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to get another 5-goal victory in the afternoon.
Right.
Again, puck drop tomorrow is at 3:30, so be sure to tune in here at Seawolves Hockey Live. We'll be all here, the whole crew. And you don't want to miss it.
This is Hall. He'll carry it all the way back behind the Seawolves zones. We're down to the last 20. Zaldi picks it up, makes a move around Chance, but then loses it. And Underhill with it. And Underhill will turn and fire. Oh, and he had the Zaldi in front of the net all alone if a rebound had popped out. But that's the end of the game, folks. As we are Stony Brook 7, Liberty University 2. Shots on goal through the game, 37 for the Seawolves, 32 for Liberty. And congratulations to the Stony Brook Seawolves coming back after a month off and taking the first game of the 2-game set here. So on behalf of Andy Sukoff, myself, and our producer Trevor Mignani, we'd like to say thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching Seawolves Hockey Live.